Well, what do you miss by being, you certainly have had enough time to reflect on it, what do you miss by being a perfectionist, by driving yourself to that level of perfection?
Well, I don't think I'd missed anything. I think I'd gained from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, definitely.
In the book, you write about many likes and dislikes.
Yes, we must talk about the book now.
Yes, we're going to talk about the book.
Because that's
we have
what
5
all
days
my
to talk about the
publishers,
book.
and that's how I had the good fortune to meet you.
You very seldom talk about people, and in the book you make mention of a couple of people, and I've heard you on other shows. One was a fairly big star in Hollywood, Faye Dunaway, and
yes.
And you
I'll
always preface it by...
raise my glass never to Miss Faye Dunaway. Never, never.
Why was that?
She is the most incredibly inconsiderate woman I have ever worked with. Except years ago, Miriam Hopkins was impossible. And all of us thought so. But Miss Dunaway, no.
Well, do you think we pamper people here too much? I mean, we create the problems that then we're stuck with, in a sense?
Now, what do you mean by that?
Well, we allow this kind of, well, in other words,
yes,
if I go back into the book, all right, we go back into the book and we
the
talk...
money people.
All right.
The people back of us who give the money, they have spoiled people like Faye Dunaway. They should charge her for the cost of a day. Mr. Warner should have started years ago, accepting the treatment, say, of a Mr. Flynn, who came to work if he wanted to, went home when he wanted to, and went his way. They still kept on paying him the millions. And as a matter of fact, I used to be very resentful of this, because I was a well-behaved person and gave the studio their just due. That I didn't get any more love or attention than Mr. Flynn, who was taking them to the cleaners half the time. But personally, I couldn't do it any other way. I don't like accomplishment unless it's difficult. As Mankiewicz said, on my tombstone should go, she did it the hard way. And I did.
And you did.
I did, but I loved it the hard way. I never like anything that's easy.
Now, the question of money brings a thought to mind, and that was when Joan Crawford contacted you about the Whatever Happened to Baby Jane book and had sent it to Bob Aldrich, the director, and you two had decided it'd be a nice project for you, and they went to Warner Brothers, the studio that you've been working for all these years, and they said no. They said...
Yes, they turned it down, and they were very sorry. Yeah. Later, because it was a very successful film.
What was the point of that? They thought
they thought the story with these idiot 2 old women would make no money, would be nothing.
And didn't you make the money back in the first weekend the show was out?
Absolutely. But nobody would back Mr. Aldrich and give the money, because they said if you get rid of those 2 old broads and cast it with somebody else, we will back you. Yeah. Because it was a wonderful story. So he did have a very difficult time, but he never gave up the casting.
Now,
But it was Joan that did it, really. She sent it to Italy to Mr. Aldrich. So Mr. Aldrich came to New York to meet me and talk about it. And there was a long silence, and we sat there, and I said, which part am I playing? I wasn't sure at all that maybe Joan wasn't going to play Jane. And I was certainly not going to play the other one. No. So anyway, it was wonderful. It was successful because it was a woman's picture. The first one for a very long time that made any money. But of course, my favorite story is when my oldest daughter saw me in the Jane makeup, etc., etc. She said, "Mother, now I must tell you something. You have gone too far."
More with Bette Davis tomorrow. Miss Bette Davis. As we left yesterday, I said we were going to discuss perhaps your favorite film. What would it be?
I was so fortunate. You see, I had so many wonderful films. Well, in the early years, I would say Dark Victory, Jezebel, and now Voyager. Later on, I certainly, Margot Channing, Baby Jane, and a film called The Catered Affair, which was one of my favorite performances because it was way, I played a Bronx sort of housewife.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one I'm very proud of, and I'm hoping that when I pass on, which could be any day, as far as I can see,
Can you wait till Monday?
I'll wait till Monday. I'll wait till Monday.
Okay.
And I hope that maybe that Catered Affair will be shown oftener. But, oh, no, let's put color to that wonderful black and white.
Do you
film.
mind this color business that's going on?
I saw
So many
Dark
people-
Victory on television, a horrible bright pink blouse, a horrible blue skirt.
Mm-hmm.
Ari Kelly, my gorgeous maker of my clothes, his taste and mine, out the window. Out the window.
Simply
it is
because
a
they put colors in it.
crime. And they're going to do it to all of our films. And we are all sick. Because my work should have been in black and white for the most part.
Little Ronnie Reagan, who happened to be in Dark Victory, and
Yes, he was.
I can't remember what part he played in Dark, except I remember
he was
in
my
he was
sort
in
of
love with
rich
you in the
beau.
picture.
Yes, my rich beau.
Right.
Yes.
Now, what were his political aspirations at that point?
Well,
or did he
at
have
that
any?
point, he was, in the beginning, he was sort of a very democratic man
Mm-hmm.
with the Democratic Party. I didn't know lots and lots, but we were surprised when he became president, shall we say. And I have to say, there's an area that's been very good. I think he's made us more patriotic, Ronald Reagan. I think he really has. It is difficult to always see him smiling, no matter whatever happens. You know, he's happy, but maybe that helps us. So I think areas of his time have been better than